Hi, my name is Jake. Tonight I want to talk about AlienGears pocket holster, one of the expansions they have in their Shapeshift holster series. They're kind enough to give me one for some testing and evaluation. A little bit about myself: I work for a small rural law enforcement agency. I've been in law enforcement for a little over 10 years now. I'm our current agency's firearms instructor. So getting right into it, for people that already have the Shapeshift holster series, or if you don't, there are a whole bunch of videos on the core pack that they sell. It retails about $100 at most places. When I purchased mine a couple years ago, I noticed I had a problem. I have an RMR on my backup, which we're clear there, and the original one ran into the problem of it having issues. It does not interact very well. So, about 20 minutes with the Dremel, able to accommodate the RMR just fine. When I've talked to AlienGear, brought that up, they said, they're absolutely aware of it, and they know that RMRs are the wave of the future, and they're going to be working on fixing the problem, it sounds like, in later years. But really, it's 20 minutes of Dremel work. It is definitely no reason not to get this core pack. Before we move on to the pocket holster, brag on the Shapeshift core pack a little bit more. This is when they're inside the waistband ones for kind of on right hip, rear right hip, kidney carry, if you want to call it that. It's fantastic for that. What really shined through, I don't have it set up right now because I did a little bit of driving, and that's just more comfortable when you're sitting for long periods of time. But I've become a convert of appendix carry for the most part, and it was one of those included things in that Shapeshift pack that made me kind of switch over and start doing that appendix carry more often. So kudos for AlienGear for coming up with that, and $100 for 4 different ways to carry is fantastic. And now with that Shapeshift series, they're able to do what they call expansion packs. They have ones for molly gear, ankle holsters, backpacks, a whole bunch of different styles. For reasons I really won't get into, but I decided one of the ways I'd like to be able to carry this gun is in my left cargo pocket. Had trouble finding a holster specific for that for a while. I settled on something like this. I had to cut out, make room for the RMR as well. Had something for an extra magazine. It was fantastic. It worked. Trouble I running into was retention issues. I did not want to be in a situation where I'm on the ground rolling, and I just got some Velcro on the flap of my cargo pocket, and that's the only thing keeping my weapon secure. Not a good day. I kind of went through the process, got some Velcro, secured it up more, but made draw time horrendously slow, something you don't want to deal with. So this it does what it is, $10, $15 little cloth holster. Do it exactly what it's advertised to do, and it's pretty good. Just in my life, I feel there's a high likelihood of getting to a wrestling match, essentially, with a couple guns to have to try it secure. So it did not meet my needs in that regard, but just walk around with the wife and kids, definitely something to be good for. Anyways, moving right along. So they sent me the gear. I now have a spare core, as they call it, for another project or something I might pass along to a coworker that's looking at getting into having the same backup gun as me. Into the meat and potatoes of it all. Sorry for the long introduction. Uses the same shell, and it's just an extra attachment on here. It's got trigger guard on both sides. It's got a tension adjustment on that, and the gun just simply clicks in, and I have the retention set ridiculously high on this. One of the things I was running into was I'm a natural right-hand draw. I'm trying my best to learn how to draw left-handed, but still a pretty foreign concept. I also have small thumbs. One of the things you run into is, okay, I have a holster. How do I get my gun out of the holster? Usually it's anchored on some molly or a belt or what have you. This is just sitting in a holster, nothing anchoring onto it. The idea is this hook down here is going to anchor onto something, and it's going to create that tension and release the gun. The other option they had is they have a thumb rest here. Problem being, and I talked about this in my last video, I have small hands. My thumb barely touches that. I don't have enough thumb to start working to push to clear it. So that's one of the issues I ran into. But there's a will, there's a way, and there's always solutions, and not afraid to alter things as I already have. What I have done in my pants is I've cut 2 strips in the fabric, weave the hook in, and now this is interacting with the fabric in my pants. So when I draw, this stays locked in to the fabric, this stays behind, and my backup gun comes out. I'm not too worried about it ripping my pants, because if I'm drawing in a hurry, especially if I'm going to a secondary handgun, ripped pants are the least of my concerns. Same with reholstering. This is definitely an administrative reholstering situation. Administrative as in you're doing this in the comfort of your home, station, whatever. It's not when you're working with a gun. You don't do it during your gunfight or anything like that. So that's fine, because again, my purpose is not for range work or practice shooting. It's for backup gun work. It's for concealed carry, where only time I'm going to be producing the gun is in that incredibly high stress scenario, and I'm not going to be in any hurry to reholster. I don't know how to video edit, so I wish I could do a cutscene just to show it in my pocket, but I can't, so bear with me as I try to get this thing in. It's kind of a real world thing of just with the setup. So I'm a pair of 511, I think they're BDU style pants, but pants, and they just got a decent sized cargo. What's nice is these ones, they have those internal organizer pockets, so I didn't have to cut into the fabric that goes in my legs. So it's a little bit of a bear to get in. And it's in there now. And again, we did at the beginning of the video, just we're so clear. Hear that nice click? Know it's in there. And let me stand up on the chair a little bit. I'm not sure how framing it is, but it goes in there. You definitely got something in your pocket, but it breaks up the outline all right. The draw is not bad. I've actually taken other pairs of my pants and reinforced with extra Velcro. So it's a nice draw. And some gusto comes out, and we're able to access. And again, reholstering is going to be a tough thing, especially if we're loaded. Take your time to make sure everything's guiding in, and we're doing it safely, consciously, and slowly. Don't need to have it into your leg. Not a good day. And it comes out a couple different positions. We're able to push out. So and then getting it back out's a little bit easier, not horrible. Another way to carry, if you don't want to take a pair of scissors to your pants, they make this left-handed, right-handed as well. Those are right in the front pocket. And it's a draw, and it comes out, doesn't get caught. That hook, as you see, is designed to catch on the pants and come out. And that's the general idea. So if you're not wanting to alter your pants, you're doing a cargo pocket draw, you got to have a pretty good backstroke to ensure that hook catches on the pants and shields that away. I'm happy with this holster. Glocks don't have an external safety, so in essence, your holster is your safety. That's kind of the general idea. Is we're at a time now where we have Kydex and high polymer and all sorts of material where we can have very good retention with a great trigger guard. No way that trigger is going to be accidentally accessed unless you're screwing up on your draw stroke. So I'm excited to carry this and use this. I hope in the future they'll have kind of either a full version that'll accommodate all miniaturized red dots, or they have red dot, no red dot option. But again, 20 minutes on the Dremel. As far as I can tell, it doesn't screw up any of the functionality, and it's a pretty simple fix. So, final thoughts on it. It's a simple holster. It does one thing, it does it well. Taking it apart, some people when they get the little shapeshift thing at first, they get confused. But you play around with it like Legos. It's pretty easy. It has a little secure nut there. That comes out. And the whole thing just slides apart. And then there's your shell. And you can use it for other things. And these are two left pieces. Yeah. We're just going to play with a little bit of Legos here, so end the video now if you like, or keep watching, your prerogative. But it takes a little time, where if you haven't done it for a little bit, it just takes a second to remember how everything goes together and comes apart. Someone's probably watching this screaming at me. I need to slide it or move it a certain way. There we go. There's a little cover plate. It just sits in there. We can rejoin our two halves. slide it together. But so if you like models or Legos or anything like that, Shapeshifter is just a fun time waster of putting it together, taking it apart. And that's just the main shell, and it hooks up onto a variety of platforms, which is great. Really well constructed. Coming down to recommending, I said in my previous stuff, I don't want to get in the habit of recommending everything. I don't feel I have the expertise or authority, or who am I to tell you what to buy, what not to buy? Who am I to tell a company that I'm smarter than their entire R&D department? I'm not. I just can give some opinions and try to pass on a little bit of information, but I don't have a single negative thing to say about this. This is the expansion that you would get if you just bought this, if you already have the shape shift. It says this is a left-handed configuration, but honestly I think it'd work in left pocket, right pocket, whatever. It's just this little thumb brake would be on your left side or your right side, depending on the orientation you get it in. Their local company where I work, made in Idaho, so you gotta like that. I always like giving my dollars to the people that are in my neighborhood. Yeah, so obviously I'm new to this. I hope I gave you guys some information that some people find helpful, and yeah, and if they are, and I'll keep kind of trying to make these videos as I come across new products and things I get a chance to try out and have some fun with. I also try and get into stuff that might not be any knows. Everyone knows that the Trijicon RMR is a fantastic sight. I don't think I need to add to that. I've seen a million videos on their core carry pack. I don't think I need to deal with that. I haven't seen a whole lot of videos for this little expansion, so I want to do stuff on that. So obviously I hope this video is running long. I wish I knew how to shorten it up for you guys, but I don't. Everyone stay safe, and